She does not have a choice except to acknowledge me as a mom. And that hurt me. Of course, I'm sure she did not mean it that way, but that's how I read it. Na kawawa naman yung anak ko. That if she had a choice, di ba? Parang, no, see, she's saying, no, I know.
Hey, tissue.
And I have beautiful children, you know, and so...
It was hurtful to you, but it was also something that saved you.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes. Na, I don't know, it was just a light bulb na,
Oh, diba?
ano ka ba? Tanga mo. Diba, you have children. You know, I mean, hindi naman nila choice na ipanganak sila, diba? Ikaw naman ang gumawa. And then, hindi mo man, yon, you know, so, basta one day, sabi ko, apply tayo.
Yun
Ng trabaho, you know?
yun na.
So, yun, sabay din.
Narito po tayo ngayon sa labas ng bahay ng dating sikat na White Castle girl. Isa po siyang dating model na naging isang sikat ding actress. Walang iba kundi si Miss Laika Ugarte. Pero bago ho natin siya kausapin, subscribe muna kayo sa aking channel at kay Christine Babau's channel. Oo. Wow, may mga pictures pa niya dito. Hello, Laika! Kumusta ka? Hello, hello, hello. At what age did you enter showbiz?
Well, I started being a model.
Sige,
That was my first, ano eh.
Okay.
That was my very, very first photo shoot.
Which one? Sige,
Ano yan? I was 15 years old.
15 ka lang?
Yes.
Okay. Ganda. Kamukha mo nga.
Di ba, Carbon?
Grabe. Sobrang kamukha mo yung nasa picture.
Oo. Hindi mo gayahin yan, ikaw na-achieve.
Ganda ni Mami, oh. Oo. So, hindi ka pa dito na-discover?
Hindi pa in a way, pero na-discover na ako niya ni Rene Salud. Mama
Rene rin.
Mama Rene rin ako.
Oo. Eto?
Yan, that's the same day yan.
Same day. Sino photographer?
George Tapan.
Okay. And this is?
That's my mom.
Your mom.
My mom.
Anong name ni Mami?
Lydia.
Lydia. Eto naman.
That was a fashion show sa Intercontinental. Goli Gorospe show yan.
Oo. You were how old?
May anak na ako niyan. I think, oo. So,
Mga 19 ka na, gano'n?
18, 19.
Oo.
So, yan, isa yan sa, apo ko.
The apo.
Yes. Tapos, ito, maliliit pa sila. You know,
Ito yung complete family photo nyo.
Oo. Yan. So, that's si Kimberly. Oh, liit niya pa. Ito yung panganay ko, si Philbert. Ito si Liza. Ito si JR. Imagine mo 6'1" yan ngayon, di ba? So, this was actually binyag niya. Binyag niya yan.
Sino ito?
That's my mom. That's my mom.
Mom.
Yeah. Ito, apo ko. Ito, kauna-unahan kong apo.
Asan ngayon yan?
She lives in Novaliches ba?
Okay.
Somewhere. Oo. Ito yung panganay ko.
So, based sa US?
No, nandito yan.
Dito rin?
Nandito yan, oo. Tapos ito na yung si Liza. Yan ang base
Second
sa US. Oo. Yan. Based siya sa US. O, si Kim. Nag-ano yan, Miss Eduk.
Oo.
Sa UST. So, ito na yung maliit na kinakarga ko. Oh my God, look at how tall he is. Tapos ito, this picture was taken right after nag-fashion show ako sa boardwalk. Sa pag-uwi ko.
Kasama na natin, Miss Laika Ugarte. Hi, Laika.
Hello.
It's been a long time.
I
Grabe.
know.
Nung huli ko ho siya nakita, that was in SM or Podium Cinema.
Yes.
When you were a manager there.
Yep.
Oo.
Ako yung nagpapatakbo ng SM Cinema noon.
Oo.
So, nag-attend kayo noon ng launch when we launched the Podium.
Oo. Pero most of our viewers know you from the movies. Oh, ayan. So pag-usapan muna natin yung career niya bago natin pag-usapan yung kanyang buhay ngayon. Isa ka sa mga pinakamagandang mukha sa pelikula.
Naku, salamat.
Yeah! This was during the 80s.
Yes.
Tama, no? 80s. Paano ka na-discover sa pelikula?
Well, yung sa pelikula, na ako kasi, nagmo-model na ako. So, talagang ang start ng career ko, I would say, nag-model muna ako, na-discover ako ni Rene Salud. So, yon sa Antipolo.
Ilan taong ka nun?
15 years old. Oo, naging Miss Antipolo kasi ako. So, nandoon si Mama Rene, nagja-judge sila noon ng isang competition ng eskwelahan. So, inintroduce ako as Miss Antipolo. Nung natapos yung show, naku, hinabol ako nung assistant ni Mama Rene. Doon na nagsimula. So, nagsimula ako ng model. Naging sumali ako ng beauty pageant. First, nanalo ko ng first runner-up ng Mutya ng Pilipinas. Then, after that, sinali ako ni Mamas for another competition, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. So, I represented the Philippines nung time na yon.
International competition?
International. Sa Hawaii yung ginawa.
Oh, okay. So, did you win?
No. No, but at least, for me, representing the country is already, for me, is a win. After ng Mutya ng Pilipinas, after ng Most Beautiful Girl, may isang manager na lumapit sa akin, yung manager ni Gloria Diaz, si Natalie Palanca. Si Danny Shalcita was producing his movies, his own films before. So, Essex Films. So, kinausap niya yung manager ko, and wanted to meet me. So, nagkita kami nun sa Manila Pen. Yung pa yung ng 80s, di ba? Manila Pen, lobby. Sabi lang ni Danny Shalcita, marunong ka bang umarte? Ang sagot ko, siguro po, shooting tayo bukas. That's
Ganun?
it. That's how fast it was.
Hindi nyo man lang pinag-usapan yung talent fee? Magkano?
Manager na yun hindi na ako. So, sila
okay,
na
okay.
nag-usap nun.
Okay.
Oo. And then, yun lang simula ng pagiging artista ko.
Ano ginawa mo? So, anong sina pinagawa sa'yo?
Ang sinabi niya lang is, just act natural. I don't know if you watched my very first movie, May Lawak sa Loob ng Kulambo.
Oh, Eddie Garcia yan, di ba?
Oo. So, ang role is, yung father ko mamamatay, best friend niya, kasamahan niya nung panahon ng digmaan or something, si Eddie Garcia. So, hinabilin ako kasi ninong ko si Eddie Garcia.
Okay.
So, parang lang, inosente na, saan po tayo pupunta, ninong, yung ganun, which was my age, I was, I think, 16, 17 nung first movie ko So, sabi niya, basta natural ka lang. Tapos, lang, yung mga nakasando, kasi teenager, di ba? Yun, kasi nga, inaaswang ako ni Eddie Garcia.
Ni Ninong?
Oo.
Ganun pala storya.
Yes, ang asawa niya, si Gloria Diaz, na talagang sobrang selosa. Selosa siyang, So, meron siya yung mga bell-bell sa paa. So, hindi siya naging mahirap sa akin yung transition. Tapos, so, siguro, after that, syempre, nakikita ko si Eddie Garcia, si Gloria Diaz, they were acting. So, eventually, natutunan ko. So, yung second movie ko was the sequel.
Kasi hit yun.
Oo, so may daga sa labas ng lungga. Ang May Lamok was serialized sa Liwayway Comics.
Oo, comedy siya.
Comedy siya.
Oo.
Tapos, nag-sequel siya, may daga sa labas ng lungga. Medyo natututo na ako. And then, from then on, may mga roles na.
Oo. So, how is it like working with the great Eddie Garcia?
Great.
Oo,
I mean, you learn a lot. Marami kang matututunan. Kasi, napaka-versatile yung kahit anong ipagawa mong eksena, kayang-kaya, pati comedy, ang galing ng timing, ang galing ng facial expression. So, very good actor.
Ano naalala mo sa kanya na tinuturo niya sa'yo?
Act natural. Sabi
Natural
niya,
lang.
wag ka mag-over. Like, lagi mong aanohin na it's a conversation, 'di ba? Pero you try to ilagay mo yung character nung role na ikaw 'yon. Para pag sa screen, natural. Walang acting. So just be natural.
Was he a gentleman to you?
Yes.
Hindi siya yung character na pinoportray niya.
Hindi.
Hindi ganun na.
Alam mo naman sa set may mga lokohan, 'di ba? Yung mga loko-lokohan, but pero as a talaga hindi. He was a gentleman. He was a kind person.
Have you ever won an award sa pag-acting?
No, but I remember I was nominated in, oh my God, I think a long time ago nung ginawa ko yung Commander Iber. Kasi ang role ko doon kambal, and I portrayed both.
How many movies have you made sa life?
I think 14, 15.
Lang?
Yeah, kasi umalis ako Umalis ako. Pero maraming mga TV shows. Ang dami kong Lovingly Yours Helen, Connie and Cam, yung mga ganon. Maraming mga ganon.
Nakagawa ka ng mga sexy movies?
Well, ang tawag nila sexy because of what I wear.
Ganun lang?
That's it. Alam mo ba, iisa lang, I think I only had 2 kissing scenes in all of my 15 films.
Sino yung mga yun?
Ramon Revilla and Edo Manzano.
Dalawa lang.
Dalawa lang. So talagang ang sexy ko is what I wear.
Oo. Ngayon, syempre, umabot sa punto that you decided to leave showbiz. Ano yung reason kung ba't mo ginawa yun?
Okay. The truth is, I fell in love. Sinundan ko siya sa Amerika.
Okay. Itong guy na ito, was he a celebrity?
Hindi. Well, kilala siya.
Kilala.
Kilala siya, pero hindi siya celebrity.
Okay.
Hindi, pero I think nag-celebrity yata siya kasi nung umuwi ako, parang nag-shooting siya.
Okay.
Si Jude. I mean, Jude Estrada.
Okay.
Anak ni Joseph.
Siya ang iyong boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay.
Time na yun.
Si Jude.
So, sinundan ko siya sa Amerika. Bata I mean, when you're young, you think you're doing the right things, di ba?
And then what happened in the US?
And then, since estudyante pa siya, na-realize ko or nagising ako na, hindi pwede, kailangan ko mabuhay, di ba? And ako kasi yung klase ng tao na when I step into something new, I make it work. So since nasa Amerika na ako, I tried to make it work. So nag-umpisa ako magtrabaho, and then I married, I met a new guy, di ba?
Philam.
Yes, Philam.
Kamusta ang buhay sa US habang kayong dalawa?
Well, nung umpisa ko, mahirap. Napakahirap kasi nagtatrabaho ko. Alam mo naman, double job para mabuhay. Di ba? This is before nag-asawa ko.
Yeah.
Tapos, nabuntis ako. Okay, paano ko yan? I met somebody, pero yung somebody na yon hindi yun yung naging asawa ko. Okay? So, Filipino-American siya. Tapos, nabuntisan niya ako, pero halos hindi niya ako tinulungan. So, dumating pa sa point na, alam mo yung usong-uso doon yung, nag-iipon ka ng pennies. So, merong yung 5 gallon, so meron akong gano'n na iniipon kong pennies. It got to the point na wala akong kapera-pera. I was very hungry that I carried my pennies to 7-Eleven just to be able to get food. Yung gano'n, di ba? Tapos, nanganak ako dun sa second born ko, ni hindi ko nabayaran yung ospital. Yung ganon. Pero after that, na-realize ko na hindi po pwede to. So nagtrabaho ko, hanggang sa unti-unti, naibangon ko yung sarili ko, and then I met my ex-husband.
Anong work mo?
Sa hotel ako nagtatrabaho noon. 2 trabaho ko. I was front desk clerk. Nag-check-in ng mga tao, Tapos yung isang trabaho ko, PBX operator, sagot ng telepono, na nung una pa, ano mamalay ko, artista ako sa Pilipinas, di ba? So pag tumatanggap ako ng call, Diyos ko, nadidisconnect ko, you know? Pero eventually natutunan mo, 16 lines, kayang-kaya ko nang i-transfer, you know?
Pero sa front desk, nakikita ka ng mga Pilipino?
Yes! Well, most of the Filipinos na nakikita ko doon, hindi ako nakikilala. I worked for Beverly Hills kasi. Nung time na yon. So, siguro...
wala pa rin wala pa mga TFC,
yes,
di
ba? Hindi pa nagko-cross.
Masyado, yung mga
hindi
movies
pa nagko-cross yung mga information, hindi pa ganun ka. Unlike now na ang social media is very, di ba?
Why didn't you just come back to the Philippines para maging artista ka ulit?
Ganun nga akong klaseng tao na if I venture into something, I have to make it work. I cannot tell myself na nagkamali ako. So I will find something right about it. So yun.
So you married?
I got married.
What was his work nung
he's a very simple guy. You know, he worked for a land title company is what they call it, and he just prints documents for them.
Ano ang love story niyo?
Kaibigan actually siya nung tatay ng second born ko. You know, and then naawa siya sa akin, tinutulungan niya ako. So, na-develop. And that was what I loved about him. He was such a kind and gentle person. Napaka mababang loob, napakabait na tao. You know, it's not bihira yung hindi magkakagusto sa kanya sa sobrang bait niya. Pero he's a very, very simple man.
How many kids did you have with him?
With him, I have 2.
So what happened? Kung siya yung parang sinasabi mong parang ideal man, mabait na tao, what happened? Naghiwalay kayo dalawa?
We're really just 2 different people. Masyado siyang simple, masyado akong hindi simple. You know, so eventually merong clash. And I cared for him that much na I have to set him free kasi I will not be fair to him. You know, kasi ganun siya kabait, hindi fair sa kanya yun. So, I would rather na makakita siya talaga ng babaeng alam kong makakasama niya pagtanda kasi deserve niya yun eh. Hindi ako yun, di ba? So, I care for him as a friend that I think na dapat magkaroon siya ng ganun.
So when you ended this relationship with him, what happened next?
I went back home.
Ayan na.
Umuwi ako ng Pilipinas.
Ano nangyari dito?
Pag uwi ko, may mga nagawa akong mga TV shows, you know, and then...
Balik showbiz ka?
Nagbalik showbiz ako. Mahirap naman kasi itago pagbalik mo, di ba? So, pero na-realize ko, nung balik ko, this was the boom of, oh my God, I don't know how to call it, pero the boom of really, really sexy films. Nasabi ko, oh my God, hindi ko siya kaya. You know, talagang siya. And then, since sanay na ako magtrabaho, I looked for a job. And I was very close to the C kids, you know, sila Henry, sila SM. Hans, the SM. And I said, can I work? You know, can I apply for a job? Sabi pa nga niya, are you sure? You know? So si Hans pa nga nung time na yon, sabi niya gano'n, naku, sandali lang yan si Laika. You know, and then babalik ng showbiz and everything. To his surprise, I did not. I stayed with SM for 5 years. When he saw that I was serious, doon niya ako promote. I started out theater manager lang ako ng SM South Mall. But after 6 months, I was one of the fastest promotion yata. After 6 months kasi, I was already the assistant operations manager of SM Cinema.
At syempre, pagbalik mo ng Pilipinas, mas kilala ka na ngayon ng tao.
Yes. And then, sabi nga ni Hans, it works because you're from showbiz and the cinema involves. So sabi niya, I think it's a good, it's a good hire.
Doon ka rin namin na-meet sa SM.
Yeah.
Pero ba't ka umalis doon?
Politics, it's a very, very big company. I really love the company. I love how the C family runs their business, pero hindi mo maaalis yung mga inggit, yung mga di ba?
Kahit sa mga opisina, meron ganun talaga.
Yeah, and then I also wanted to grow further, you know. So cinema yon, I went into apparel naman. So I worked for Plains and Prints as an assistant vice president for operations. So nationwide din yon.
For how long?
I stayed for about a year. And then I moved to Izod, men's apparel naman. Yan. Yan.
Tapos doon, ano nangyari?
When I was working for SM, so may mga film festivals, 'di ba? So one very well-known festival was the Manila Film Festival. So we had to work closely with the city of Manila, Mayor Atienza and that group. So I met his then city administrator. And we had a relationship. We lived together. He had 4 kids. I had 4 kids.
Hiwalay sa asawa.
Hiwalay siya sa asawa. Single dad siya. Tapos so I would consider myself a single mom, 'di ba? Kasi ako naman ang nagpalaki ng mga bata. Although ang difference is, well, sila rin naman nag-uusap sila ng asawa niya. Nag-uusap din naman kami ng ex-husband ko. So we were bringing up 8 children together. After 4 years, I found out that masikip ang mundo namin. 3 pala kami. 3 kami sa isang relasyon, Meron siyang karelasyon na bata. Na nakakatuwa kasi I just received a text one day telling me na may karelasyon daw na iba. So ako, feeling ko, baka siya nagtag sa akin, di ba? Para masolo niya na. And I also found out na may anak sila. So, talo ka na doon, di ba? Kasi nung nakilala ko siya, I was already, 40s na ako siya, 50s na nung nakilala ko. So, akala ko okay na kami that we were in our years of settling, Hindi pala, siya hindi pa.
Pero hindi ka naman sinasaktan?
Hindi naman. Physical. Pero emotional.
Hindi naman matindi, no? How long were you together?
4.5 years. Na sa akin, nandoon yung mga anak niya, yung pala.
Paano nag-end yun?
Very bad. Very bad in the sense that I took it very hard. I took it really hard, I got into depression to the point na I tried to kill myself multiple times.
Multiple times. And paano mo ginawa yun?
Iba-iba eh. I would maglalaslas ako.
Meron ka pa bang mga ano yan?
Oo, ayan.
Yung paano?
Maglalaslas ako. Pero yung pinaka-bad is yung I took 32,000 milligrams of meds na ICU ako. For 3 days na dialysis ako. My mother believed I was And my daughter will never forget kasi siya yung tinabihan ko nun eh.
Tapos?
I was saying goodbye to her. So after I took the meds, I finished 2 bottles of wine. Tumabi ako dun sa anak ko. Parang ang gusto kong last thought is, kaakap ko yung anak ko. I was in the room of my children. Kasi hindi na ako nagising.
Hindi ka nagising? Dinala ka na pala sa ospital?
Dapat magbe-blessing yung kasi lumipat na, naghiwalay na kami, 'di ba? So lumipat na ako ng bahay. So ibe-blessing yung bahay nung araw na yon. So pinagigising ako ng mother ko. Hindi ako nagising. So in-ambulance ako. Kasama ko noon si Kim, yung nakilala mong daughter ko kanina.
Alam ko na uminom siya, alam ko na nag-pill siya, I didn't know how much. Tapos parang wala yata hindi ko lang kung nasan yung bunso, pero yung kuya ko wala. Yung kuya ko was working. Tapos yung ate ko hindi namin kasama nun eh. Tapos, so madaling araw siya. She woke me up na, yun, nag-iyak siya, tapos nagpapaalam na siya. Tapos, I set an alarm sa phone ko na every 30 minutes just to check if she was still breathing. So, So, kasi natakot ako eh. Tapos, wala naman. Siyempre, hindi naman ako nakatulog. So, ano naman yung point ng 30 minutes, di ba? Nung pagka-alarm ko. Pero yun, and then umabot na ng umaga, and sinabi ko na sa lola ko. And then, that's when they said na, tumawag na tayo dali natin sa hospital, tumawag tayo na ambulance.
I would drink every night. Tapos para masabi ko sa sarili kong hindi ako alcoholic, iniintay ko yung alas 6 ng hapon. Para kasi ang alam ko, pag umiinom ka ng social gabi, di ba? So, hintayin ko yung 6 o'clock. Tapos doon ako iinom. Tapos, matutulog ako mga alas 4, alas 5 ng umaga. Di ba? Tapos alas 3 ng hapon yung gising ko.
Gano'n.
Di ba?
Inom tulog lang, gano'n.
Inom tulog.
Wala kang work.
I couldn't work.
Ano ang ginagawa ng partner mo habang nangyayari ito?
Nasa Tagaytay, nag-i-enjoy kasama yung ano niya,
Girlfriends?
yung girlfriend niya, isa lang yung naging girlfriend niya. Tapos, it was very, very painful kasi kilala na pala ng mga anak niya yung bago. Yung bang, talagang everything was behind my back. So, walang pakialam. Wala.
What goes on in the mind of someone depressed? When you're on the verge of doing something bad to yourself, ano yung naglalaro sa isip mo ng time na yun?
I'm tired. Mas magiging okay ang buhay ng mga anak ko pag wala ako.
Ganon.
Yun ang feeling ko. Kasi depressed ka eh, di ba? So, ang feeling mo, pabigat ka. Ang feeling mo, mas mabuti ang mundo pag wala ka. Di ba? Kasi, menace ka sa society. Wala kang contribution. Tapos, you're not a good person.
Self-blame.
Oo. Kasi, ang tanga mo, di ba? Yung ang tanga-tanga mo, naniwala ka. Kawawa naman yung mga anak mo, pinasok mo dun sa... Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw yung pumasok sa relasyon. Yeah. Kasama mo yung... And they're not like 5 years old, di ba? They're grown up. They were high school. So, pumasok din sila. So, dinala mo, yung bang tanga mong tao, yung bang... A lot of things. You're a bad person, you're a stupid woman, basta you're no good. You're no good. I'm clinically diagnosed bipolar. Diba? So, lalo na.
Gano'ng kahirap yun, yung you're on the verge of doing it?
Hindi siya mahirap.
Hindi.
Kasi gusto mo siyang gawin eh. Diba? Yung bang kasi you think it's right. If I think about it.
Diba? Kasi diba, para sa atin na walang iniisip na gano'n, parang mas gusto pa nga natin ma-extend yung buhay natin eh. Diba?
Exactly.
Kung pwede lang, diba? Make the most of the day. Kasi importante.
Now, I think that way, diba?
Now, pero before, ayaw mo na.
That time, ayoko
hindi
na.
Kasi sobrang
mamatay. Sakit. Hindi na ako takot mamatay. Hindi pumapasok sa isip ko kung saan ako pupunta, kung sa impyerno ba ako, sa langit.
Hindi mo na inisip yun.
Hindi papasok sa utak. Iisa lang ang nasa utak mo, sarili mo. Na wala kang kwentang tao, wala kang karapatang, ayoko na. Because I was in pain. I was literally in pain.
Bakit gano'n ang effect sa'yo nitong relationship na to?
Siguro marami kasi siyang, I went through a psychologist, di ba? So sabi nga niya, all throughout my life kasi, I was in control of things. Kasi nga, matapang akong tao. I'm a very strong person eh. So, sa bawat relasyon pinapasok mo, handa ka. May shield ka kagad. This one, you opened up because you thought it was the right time. So, you were very raw, very open.
Very vulnerable.
Yes.
And you imagine a life with him forever.
Yes, kasi nga 50 anyos na siya, 'di ba? So na siya, ang kala ko pagod na siya, sawa na rin siya, 'di ba? Tapos ang anak niya pa 3 babae, isang 'di ba? So akala ko
forever na 'yon.
Oo.
Paano ka nakaligtas sa ganun?
She also saved me.
How?
When she wrote Bonded by Blood.
Anong particular line doon sa
the entire okay, this is she will hate me for this, but the way I read it kasi is she does not have a choice except to acknowledge me as a mom. And that hurt me. Of course, I'm sure she did not mean it that way, but that's how I read it. Na kawawa naman yung anak ko na that if she had a choice, di ba? Parang no, see, she's saying, no, I know. And I have beautiful children, and so
It was hurtful to you, but it was also something that saved you.
yes,
Diba?
yes. Na, I don't know, it was just a light bulb na,
Oh, diba?
ano ka ba? Tanga mo. Diba, you have children. You know, I mean, hindi naman nila choice na ipanganak sila, diba? Ikaw naman ang gumawa. And then, hindi mo man, yon, you know, so, basta one day, sabi ko, apply tayo
Yun na.
ng trabaho, you know?
Yun na.
So, yun, sabay din
Galing.
kami.
It turned out, ang nakapagpabago sa kanya ay yung essay na ginawa mo.
Oo nga, ano.
So, ikaw pa rin.
Diyos ko.
Diba?
Ah,
Ikaw pa rin
this
ang
was the first time I
nakapagpabago
heard
sa mom
that.
mo.
I didn't know that.
Anong feeling mo nung narinig mo yung kwento na yun?
I've always regretted na pinahart ako sa kanya kasi nasaktan ko siya and I didn't want to make her feel bad. So, now knowing, of course, I find comfort knowing na
You saved
na
her.
it was, na the hurt was a good thing. But I still feel bad na nasaktan ko siya, na naparamdam, kasi na ganun yung naging takeaway niya. Kasi that wasn't, sabi nga niya, that wasn't my intention. Like, I didn't want to make her feel na hindi ko siya ginusto, na maging, na nagsisi ako, or na if I could choose, na to have someone else as my mom, that I would know, because that wasn't. It was just na,
Expression.
it was just an expression that parang she gave me life and now it's my response. Parang it's my, parang since we're bonded by blood and I owe her now to pay my dues for you gave me life. So now ako naman mag-aalaga sa iyo. Ako naman yung alam mo yun, parang I'll help you through this. Parang ganun, parang I have to be here for you. Parang I mean, who wants that? 'Di ba? Syempre, nasaktan din naman ako na parang, okay, nasaktan din ako, pero andito pa rin ako. Hindi tayo aalis, hindi tayo susuko, hindi kita susukuan. No matter how many times you try to leave me, I'm still gonna show up. I'll show up at the hospital. I will talk to the doctors. I will wake you up, 'di ba? Because nanay kita eh, 'di ba? So, yun yung parang it was more love na parang I love you this much that despite how much it hurts me what you did, I will, you know, we're in this. We're bonded by blood. We're in this together.
So, what about religion? Did it play a part dun sa sa pagbabago mo?
Okay, nung naghiwalay kami, linggo-linggo, araw-araw nagdadasal ako. 3 Bible yata hawak ko. I mean, I would mag-highlight ako ng mga words and everything. Bawat misa talaga humahagulgul ako ng praying, asking for ano. But during that time, it was very silent. So there was a period na sabi ko, hindi mo ako mahal. Hindi ko alam, siguro naging masyado akong masamang tao. Diba, siguro marami akong kasalanan kasi sobrang tahimik. You know. But of course, now I realize that the silence was the answer. You know, his silence was a blessing na because kung hindi siya silence, i-castigate niya ako. Alam mo yun sa mga kalokohan ko, di ba? So his silence was his love that, you know, you just go through it because you will learn something from it. You know, you will not hear me, but eventually you know I was there.
Eto na yun.
Eto na yun.
Doon sa sinulat niya. It's an essay, no? Ang ginawa
It
niya.
was it was like an
Essay, no?
essay, no? I will share it with you.
Oo. So the Lord spoke through your daughter, no?
Yeah.
Para magising ka sa sa reality.
Oo, tapos hindi ko alam nag-guidance counselor pala yung anak ko everyday. The guidance counselor were checking on her if she was okay kasi it was publicized. You know?
Paano kayo nag-usap-usap para mag-move on na sa isang panibagong buhay?
Wala.
Wala.
Well, there is no sit-down conversation.
Ah,
Kilala ako ng mga anak ko eh. When I stand up, tapos na yun. You know, alam nila. So, of course, it was a joyous occasion.
Oo, happy sila, di ba? Nung naghahanap ka na ng work.
Oo, di ba? So, very supportive lang siya. Very supportive sila. You know, ang nagbigay sa amin nga that was when I entered the call center. Nanggaling doon yung bunso kong anak. So sabi niya, uy, doon kayo mag-apply. Pinush ko siya ng pinush na mag-apply ng trainer. Kasi as a trainer, nagtuturo ka din.
Yeah, para teacher ka rin.
Para din siyang teacher. So na-realize naman niya, she eventually was very thankful kasi nakita niya na, sinubukan niya maging teacher ng, I think, 1.5 years. Nakita naman niya yung difference ng sweldo.
Malaki talaga.
Oo. At ngayon, meron naman siyang sariling bahay.
Was there a point in your life na gumamit ka ng drugs?
Yes.
Kailan to?
Nung artista ako.
Anong klaseng drugs ang ginamit?
Yung nag-recommend sa akin, pareho kami. Siya. Yes. Pero, I think I was saved faster. The person that I think you interviewed recently, si Lito Gruet.
Oh,
yun,
yeah.
yun. Ira namin, pare-pareho. Partner ko yan si Lito Gruet. We have the same manager. We were partners kami yan as a model. So yun yung ira namin.
So nakakasabay kayo gumamit?
I don't think nag-jamming kami. Iba yung grupo ni Lito eh. Iba yung niya, iba yung grupo ko. Pero pero I was able to stop. Yun yung pumunta ako ng Amerika.
Mabilis ka lang gumamit?
Oo. I would say parang 1 taon lang yata ako. And then, nagpunta na ako ng Amerika.
Paano ka napunta sa call center?
Yun nga. So, sino ba namang, because very publicized yung attempts ko, it's very hard to apply for corporation kasi they look at it as a mental imbalance, right? So, call center is the fastest to get into. So, walk-in lang kami ni Kim. You know, apply kami. With our backgrounds naman, tanggap naman kami right there and then.
Kayo mag-ina?
Oo, kami mag-ina. Partners kaming dalawa. Tanggap kami, classmates kami, you know. We both learned how to handle calls, yung mga ganon, di ba? So, yun ang umpisa nun.
Gano'ng kahirap maging call center agent?
Mahirap,
Dahil?
Maraming akala mo, sasagot ka lang ng phone? No. No.
Anong mahirap doon?
They measure all your calls. They measure how fast you answer the call. They measure gaano katagal ka sa call. They measure yung what they call the survey, kung maganda yung sinabi ng customer mo sa'yo. You know, and you have to speak well, you have to resolve. Kailangan mo man ng problem-solving skills. Diba? Although, tinuturo nila sa'yo yung product, diba? Pero, not because alam mo yung dapat mabilis ka rin mag-isip. Diba? So, hindi siya madali. And, that's how you pass. Hindi siya yung sagot ka lang ng sagot, hindi.
Saka syempre may mga kausap ka medyo masusungit.
Ay,
diba?
marami.
Mga
namumura,
gano'n.
Marami. Marami. I mean,
so, how do you handle that?
It's a skill, patience.
Could it be emotional, di ba?
Hindi. Merong ding times na yun, no? That, you know, there was even that time I remember, so, napaiyak ako. Kasi pag answer ko parang ng call, minumura na ako. Sabi ko, hindi naman kita kakilala, ba't mo ko minumura, di ba? So, tinransfer ko siya. Ang escalations team namin, US. So, nararamdaman niya na umiiyak ako. Sabi niya gano'n, Laika, don't worry. I'll take care of this caller. Yung mga gano'n, di ba? And then you learn the skill to handle, you know, to let them. Ang skill naman na yon or the strategy is you let them voice out. And then, as long as you promise a resolution, yung mga gano'n, napapakalma mo naman.
So, parang ang counselor din.
Oo.
Nagka-counseling ka rin sa mga callers?
Yes.
Minsan ba may mga tumatawag kasi may problema lang silang gusto i-share, gano'n?
Alam mo, majority of this is ito yung tinatawag namin pampaubos. We call it AHT, which is your average handle time. Alam mo naman ng mga elders sa states, they're alone. So sometimes they call, mababain nila yung call kasi gusto nila makipagkwentuhan.
Yun lang.
Yes. So kawawa, no?
Oo.
Kawawa. So, ako, sobra pasensya ko
Patient
sa
mo,
ganyan. Oo. My patience is talagang grabe. You know? Kaya lang, patay ako sa AHT.
Ano?
Yung average handle time. Kasi,
lampas-lampas ka na.
yes, kasi normally, you're required to, let's say, iba-ibang accounts eh. So, there are campaigns that you're supposed to handle, let's say, 40 calls a day. So, you average 8 hours or 7.5 hours, i-divide mo sa 40. Yun, hanggang doon ka lang. Eh, ang mga elders, yun naabot ng 1 oras, diba? So, kailangan bawiin mo yung sa mga succeeding calls mo. Or else, you're not gonna meet your,
yung quota mo.
yung metrics mo yun.
Metrics.
Yun.
No? Pero kamusta ang sweldo sa call center?
Of course, magsisimula ka rin sa simula. Depende rin kung saang center ka mapupunta. Pero if you are an achiever, if you are goal-oriented at meron kang gustong marating, it's a very good place. Because sabi ko nga, I was telling you earlier na wala silang pakialam kung naging vice president ka ng isang kumpanya kasi ibang mundo nila. You really have to learn how the BPO industry works. So talagang like me, I had a very wide corporate experience. Pero I started as an agent.
Oo nga.
Pero dahil meron ka ng experience na yon, alam mo kung ano yung gusto mong ipuntarya, right? Mabilis mo makukuha kasi meron ka ng strategy di ba? So eventually, I did not stay naman as an agent. Yung anak ko nga sandali lang naging trainer. Hindi naman nagtagal, di
Mabilis
ba?
nila promotion.
Mabilis din, basta magaling ka.
Ano tingin mo ang biggest misconception about call center agents?
Akala nila madali maging call center agent. Hindi madali.
Madaling pumasok,
Madaling pumasok.
mahirap magtrabaho.
Mahirap. Mahirap. Hindi nila naiintindihan, binabaliktad namin ang mundo. Sa gabi kami gising.
Oo nga Yun na nga. Which brings me to the point na, what about your lifestyle? Hindi ba parang unhealthy na puyat ka lagi?
Hindi siya puyat kasi binaliktad mo lang ang oras mo So, ako, the way I looked at it, parang nasa Amerika lang ako. Because I'm dealing with Eastern time, right? So, yun lang ang tingin ko. Nasa Amerika ako ngayon. Itong oras na to, tulog ako. Pagdating gising ako, kasamay ko mga Amerikano. So, ganun, that's just how I look at it, So, I still get 8 hours sleep, and then I'm awake.
You don't hang out with your coworkers in the morning, drinking, di ba? May mga ganun May
Well,
mga ibang gumagawa nun.
Marami. Pag
diba?
nasa site ka. Pinagdaanan ko rin yun nung nasa site ako. Kasi ngayon nasa, work from home na ako But when I started out, meron din mga times
diba?
na lalabas kayo. Ito nga yung nakakatawa, di ba? Yung, like Music 21, KTV, di ba? Kaya yan, yung sa may Jupiter, bukas yan pag-araw. Kasi iniintay nila yung mga taga-call center. Kasi yun ang gabi nila. So,
baliktad,
yes. So, kumikita rin naman sila. Yun ang mga hilig ng mga call center. Pagkatapos ng trabaho, inuman din. Kasi ang daming bata.
Saka stressful yung work.
At saka ang daming bata. I see people na 20 years old, nagkatrabaho na to help the family out.
So, up to now, yun pa rin ang work mo?
Yes.
Ano ang position mo ngayon sa call center?
Operations manager.
Operations manager. But you work from home?
I work from home na 100%. The company that I work for, which is LTV Plus, 100% remote. So, normally kasi pag BPO dito sa atin, isang malaking account and you have 1,000 dito sa amin iba, we cater to small businesses in the US na minsan lang kailangan ng 1, 2 agent, yung mga ganon. So, multiple accounts ang mga hawak namin and we provide them agents. So, and because we are 100% remote, buong mundo we can source. So, all you need is a laptop, an internet, and if you know how to handle customer service. So the world is our is our source.
Oo,
And
saka-
even when it comes to business. So, pwede kang taga I don't know, Hong Kong, and you want to hire LTV Plus, we can provide you the service.
Oh, saka you don't have to leave home, di ba?
Correct.
Tipid sa gasolina,
Damit.
pamasahe, damit, pagkain, lahat. Diba? Wow.
Yep. So I love it. It's very ideal siya sa age ko. Yung retiring years, very ideal siya. Kasi for me, hindi siya masyadong stressful. And I really love the people I am currently working with.
So you're happier now than before? Obviously,
Yes. I mean, every stage, now I can say I have always been happy. Yes, there were parts na malungkot, pero I now understand the true meaning of happiness is because I experienced that. I now understand the value of relationship, the value of a smile, the value of beautiful smell, of friends, because I went through that. I went through a very, very dark stage.
Minsan ganoon talaga, kailangan ma-experience mo yung dark period to appreciate the beauty of life.
Correct.
What makes you happy now?
I have a good job. My children are doing very, very well. So I must have done something good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 3 of my kids are married. My youngest is getting married. They have great life partners, I have a wonderful partner.
Tell us about your partner.
Ezekiel.
Kiel. How did you
Kiel.
meet Kiel?
Kiel, I met sa call center. Actually, si Kim ang una nakakilala. Now, she was introduced to me by a friend of ours.
Pwede ba natin ma-interview si Kiel?
Oo naman.
Halika, Kiel. Join us.
Kim. She almost died recently.
Huh?
Yeah. She
Because
has end-stage liver cirrhosis. 40% na lang. Pero this is the non-alcoholic. So, don't know. 40% na lang ng liver niya ang nagpa-function.
Biglaan lang din yun. Di ko rin alam.
9 days kaming nasa ospital noon.
Kasi dapat silang makakatrace noon by blood. Eh wala naman. Hindi talaga siya alcohol. But I guess siguro yun ang contribution ni diabetes.
Mates, it's me, Mamo Tintin, inviting you to also subscribe to my channel, Christine Babos Channel. Marami akong videos na mag-e-enjoy din kayong panoorin, kaya sulit sa oras. Hit that notification bell too. Like, comment, and share.
Huwag kayo magbibigay ng ang powdered envelope na may pera, okay, na January 1.
Ng January 1.
Oo.
Magbibigay sa January.
Pero before January 1, pwede.
Magbigay na. Kasi January 1, unang araw ng bagong taon, gagastos ka na, hindi advisable. Pag nagbigay ka, 10 beses ang grasya ang balik.
Subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and post your comments below. And always hit the notification bell.